Literally, the most common piece of advice is just be yourself. And I think that advice alone is incomplete. Like, if you were in a tough situation and you weren't happy with life, if I said just be yourself, that's kind of telling you to just stay stuck as who you are. But I think better advice is define who you want to be. Don't forget the qualities that you already like about yourself, and then aim single-mindedly towards that. Because if you actually thought about, like, okay, what kind of person do I want to be? What kind of habits, what kind of profession, what kind of qualities, what kind of values does that person have? And then you aim towards that, then you would start to feel real meaning in terms of becoming like that person that you truly want to be. And I think that's way better advice, because being yourself is not just something you do right now. It's like a skill. It's like a skill of understanding, like, who do I want to be? What do I want my life to become like? Because who you are right now is not just your current qualities. It's also your potential. So if you focus on improving yourself and fulfilling your potential, then that's also part of you. That is part of being yourself. So the skill of being yourself is really like improving yourself. At least that's how I see it, and being as authentic as you can. Because the more genuine you are in expressing yourself, the more you'll feel like yourself. And there's an easy way to do this, actually. I mean, it's not easy. There's a simple way to do this, actually. And it's just being as honest as you can. Because the more honest you are, the more that is like being yourself, right? Because if you're telling the truth, then it's grounded in what you truly have to say, which is expressing yourself. So if you really try not to lie, you'll start to feel more and more like yourself. And I know this because about 5 years ago, I've been thinking like, oh, I should really try to stop telling white lies. And obviously sometimes I still tell white lies, but since I've done this, I've told less and less, and it's improved my life so drastically because I'm able to think a lot clearer. Because what I'm thinking is just, it's more honest, it's more true to what I want to do with my life. So it's like the less you lie, the more you'll feel like yourself, which is a pretty crazy realization that I had. But it makes sense, right? Because then you're being genuine. And the more you aim towards who you truly want to be, the more meaning you'll feel, because that's fulfilling your potential. So focus on those two things. Focus on your potential and focus on being as honest as you can be. And if you do those two things, you'll start to feel more and more like yourself, and you'll start to make progress in your life, and you'll live this really meaningful, fulfilling life because you're fulfilling your potential. But the only way to do that is to be really honest with yourself and define who you want to be, and then work towards that. And once you define who you want to be, you just break it down to the next step you could actually take. So the next step may literally be making your bed, because once you make your bed, you're a little bit more organized, and then you're more likely to sign up for the class, whatever it is you want to do. Maybe you want to be an actor. Maybe you're more likely to sign up for the acting class if you actually clean your room or make your bed. Whatever it is, you break it down to the next step that is actually going to make you more like the person you want to be, that it's actually actionable. Instead of waiting around for like the perfect moment, the big break, just focus on the small things that you could do today. And the more you build those up, the more you build confidence in yourself. And then as you build confidence in yourself, you can take on more challenges. And then once you knock down these challenges, you build even more you build even more confidence. So it's like, just break it down to the smallest next step after defining who you want to be. And the more you take those steps, the easier things will get. And of course, it won't be easy at first. It'll feel uncomfortable. You're leaving your comfort zone, like becoming the person you want to be. Of course, it's not going to be easy. It's going to feel uncomfortable. But even though it won't be easy, it will be worth it. Life's not easy, but it's worth it. Take care.